Hello Eurovision friends, thank you so much for coming to my channel, Eurovision Histories. The Slovenian entry for Eurovision 2024 was just revealed on the official channel of the Eurovision Song Contest. I was so excited to hear this song because Raiven is the artist and I think she's really interesting. She has a lot of experience in pop music. She's also a harpist, she has performed in operas, and she has also theater experience, so she's really multi-talented in different aspects of the arts. And she has tried 3 times to represent Slovenia in Eurovision. Twice she came second in the national final and once she came third. So it's also kind of a nice redemption story that finally she gets to represent her country. Today I also learned that Bojan, who represented Slovenia last year and is a big fan of Kerjes and a big friend also, co-wrote this entry, and the background story that the entry is about is also really interesting, and I want to talk about all of that in this video. I will be using my usual setup of rating this entry, different aspects of the song and performance. I will be giving points to these different aspects, and then we have an overall rating. And after doing that, which is my subjective opinion, I will also try to do an objective prediction on how Slovenia will do in Eurovision. Let's get to it. Now, the first aspect I always like to talk about are the lyrics of the song. In this case, I'm running into a bit of trouble because the lyrics are in Slovene and I don't speak Slovene. However, I do speak a bit of Croatian, so I was able to understand a bit of it. Specifically, ja sam ti si Veronika, I am, you are Veronika. So who is this Veronika that the song apparently is about and that Raiven says we all are in a way? Veronika Deseniška is a very important figure in Slovenian culture and folklore as well, and she was the first woman accused of witchcraft. She married Frederick II of Scilly. She was his second wife. In some versions of this story, he actually killed his first wife to be able to marry her, and she was of lesser status, which is why the father of Frederick II was very much against this marriage, and he imprisoned his son and he put Veronika on trial for witchcraft because he said that she put his son under her spell, and that was the only reason why he married her. There was a witch trial. She was acquitted, but Herman II, as he was the king and as he usually do, still put her in a castle, and there she drowned, probably was murdered later on in her life. This makes the song really interesting to me. I will be doing a lyric interpretation video once we have the lyric translation, maybe tomorrow. If you could give me the translation if you're Slovene, please do so in the comments. I'm really interested, and if there are aspects of the lyrics I could use in that video, please do so as well, because this background story is really interesting. I think it is a feminist song, especially because she sings I am and you are Veronika. We are all women being accused of things we didn't do, putting men under our spell, and the video is also very interested in that aspect. And just for having this very interesting backstory and the part of the lyrics I already understood, I am giving her 5 out of 5 points for the lyrics. Now let's get to the voice. She has a very clean voice. There's no real tone to it that is very distinct to me or that I particularly love. However, I can really appreciate the professionalism, the control she has over her voice. Obviously, all these years performing operas and all this experience she has in music has helped her develop her voice in a really impressive way. It is almost ethereal in some parts. The high sustained notes are really interesting, and I'm not sure whether she does this, but the brip part that really gives this song a bit of a witchy atmosphere is also really interesting. But this is my subjective opinion, and as I don't really discern a tone to the voice that I really love, I'm giving it 4 out of 5, but 4 points for the really great professionalism and the control, and I'm quite sure that she can perform this song live incredibly well. Now, let's talk about the artist. I already said that I'm really impressed by her experience in the opera, in theater, and you really see with this song that she has an artistic vision. I'm going to talk about the video in a minute where she really shows that she knows what she wants to do. just choosing this backstory, this historic story to say something about our world today is amazing to me. In the video, you also see that she has the theater background. She can act this role of Veronika she has in the video perfectly well. Her facial expressions are amazing. Also her body, the way she moves is just so impressive and tells the story of the song. So for that reason, for the vision and also her acting chops, really, I'm giving her 5 out of 5 points. Now, the video, I already talked about it a bit. I think it's amazing. I think it's simple, but still very, very effective. She emerges from the water at the beginning of the video, and of course, Veronika was drowned at the end of her life. So maybe the song is kind of telling her rebirth and how she comes back to tell her story. I will have to look at the lyrics to really see that, but the way she is surrounded by men as well, that she apparently has under her spell, the long nails, the fire that she goes through towards or through, the hellfire probably that she has to go through, really, really great, and really adds a lot of depth to the song and the meaning of the song. And that is why I'm giving it 5 out of 5 points. Now, this song, it has a very slow and mysterious beginning. There are these owl sounds, for lack of a better word, that are added within the song that make it sound really mysterious and like something is going to happen, and something is happening. The verses are very, very clean, and you can hear her clean voice. And then the chorus comes in with the beat and this witchy, for lack of a better word again, brip sound. I don't know how to describe it, but it really adds this layer of this is about witchcraft, and I really like that a lot. The beat is very infectious. I think it is quite catchy, not 100% catchy, but the chorus is quite good. It also builds nicely towards the climax, where even more beat comes in. However, I think that the climax could have been a bit more oomph. It's a story about witchcraft, or a woman accused of witchcraft, wrongly accused of witchcraft, and then I could have imagined a bit more oomph and more drama to the climax. That's my one criticism. Overall, I think the song creates a wonderful atmosphere and is really an experience. You enter this world for 3 minutes of this wronged woman that has to defend herself and is called a witch but really isn't. And for that reason, I am giving it 4 out of 5 points. The 1 point less is, number one, because there are more songs coming and I can't give 5 points to every song, but also because I think the climax could have been a bit more impactful, and maybe the chorus also a bit more catchy. The song counts 3 times, the rest once, and so we get to a total of 4.5 points for Raiven and Slovenia, which is a great result. Before I let you go, I promise you I would make a prediction on how Slovenia will do in Eurovision. Please subscribe to my channel. The lyric interpretation video will be coming out soon, so if you don't want to miss that, please subscribe. And I also do these rating videos for all other entries of Eurovision. Now let's get to the prediction. Can Slovenia qualify with this? I think if you combine the pretty good song with her amazing experience, with her acting chops that she will also be able to use on that stage to connect with the camera and with the public and to make us feel what the song is about, and also her very good vocals, I'm quite sure, because of all the experience she has, I do think that Slovenia will qualify. In the final, it will be hard to predict because we don't know a lot of the songs yet, but I would say that this is a top 15 placement. I think the juries could go for it. I think a few televoters could also go for it. If everything is right, if the staging is as amazing as the music video, I think it could be a top 10, but I don't really see anything more than that. I don't think this is a Eurovision winner, but you know, this is my reaction after listening to the song 3 times, so that might still change. Thank you so much for listening to me and for listening to my opinion. Let me know in the comments how you rate this song, what you think of the song. Let me know your interpretation of the lyrics, and then please come back for the lyric interpretation video because I'm really looking forward to that. See you then, and bye-bye.